Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see what we've got. Okay, hopefully that overlaps that line enough that we can just do a conic gradient. Why is that not there? There we go. So let's start with the base template. I think we're going to change this background to that color. And then, well, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to use conic gradient. Conic gradient. That color is going to be 25% and black is going to be 75%. So like that. And then we're going to do at 180. $130. Then make it 0/220 and 170. We also need to anchor that at 0. That gives us that. I think we just need 2 radial gradients. So let's do 1 radial gradient first. Radial gradient. Transparent for what? 170, 35 pixels. And then black for 70 to 135 is 65 maybe. Then transparent. Oh, we also want a 1Q because it's a circle. That doesn't look quite right, but we will move it towards being in place. So what, minus 100 is too far. How about 80, 70, 60, 50? How about minus 50 in the other direction as well? Let's do a diff. About 55, 60, 65. Let's try 65. Okay, these numbers are off. So I think that hole is too big. 25. Then let's make that 70. What we got? Okay, that hole is too small now, but everything else looks right. So let's make that back to 35. And then let's make that 60 and 60. Okay, 35 isn't right. About 32, 30, about 30. 30 is perfect. Okay, and then what we're going to do is actually make that one of those. I'm going to Control X that there. Then we can do var G. Then we want one more of those. So let's just do it 60, 60. And that should get us 100%. is indeed 100%. So minify, unit replace. And is there any other way we could have done this that would be shorter that I can think of? Not easily. Could use two elements, have them exactly halfway down, and then flip the first onto the second, but I don't know, so I don't think that's going to be shorter. Or if you did that with one of those, you could have two elements and have them overlap there and there. Actually, let's give that a try. Let's go with, let's change this background to that. And then let's do a P. Let's give it a background of red, width of 200. No, actually, I think I want it wider than that. Width of 220. And a height of probably 170. Yeah. And then margin of 0, 0. All right, -8, -8. And then -40, I think, will be what I want. -48, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Give it border of solid 40 pixels. We'll reduce everything by 40. Well, yeah. And then border. Hang on. Actually, we want border just as solid. Let's get rid of that. And then border width 40 pixels. 40 pixels 0, 0 is not quite right. Let's go with 40 pixels there. Make that one 0. Perfect. Then take 40 off of this, so 180, and 40 off of this, so 130. And that will all line up. And then we just change this background to a radial gradient, transparent for 30 pixels, and then black to 70 pixels, and then transparent again. Adding 1Q, got that. Now if we use an at of 140, 90 is probably right. And that looks good. We make another P. D plus P. Margin left of 140, 60, maybe 180. Yeah, 180. And then scale of -1. How close is that? Have I gone too far over, maybe? 60, 172. Perfect. And then if we minify that and unit replace and remove those two brackets, it's slightly longer than the other way. But that's still not a bad score. Anyway, we will load the better solution, which is that one just there. And that's where we're going to leave it today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.